Congressman Melancon is good enough to join us again this morning. Good morning, Congressman.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing okay, sir. You know, I talked to a lot of your constituents last night. As I said, there's a lot of anger here, especially directed at BP. And now we saw the Attorney General announce yesterday that he has opened up a criminal investigation. Do you think BP should face criminal charges?
Well, the first hearing that I attended, it came out about the waiver of NEPA. That's waiving a law. That, in my mind, is criminal. I don't know how anyone can waive a law after Katrina trying to get rules and regulations waived to help the people in the region. That's something that's achievable. You've been around the government and understand that. But a law, that in itself is criminal, much less whatever else occurred that allowed this to happen.
Well, and of course that was done by the government, by the Mineral and Management Service. So you're saying they should be liable? They should be liable as well, and they should be under investigation?
I think anyone that had a hand in what transpired from the beginning of the application for the permit all the way through the negligence on the rig, we ought to be looking at every aspect of it, anyone that had any part of it. You know, as we go forward, and I'm still for all drilling, but we've got to do it safer. We can't lose people out on rigs and have it unsafe for them, and we can't have the environment endangered like we're having right now. We've got the safety record on inland or close to water, shallow water drilling is pretty good, but this is horrendous. We can't have this ever happen again. Third world country, somebody told me that happened over there, I'd say, oh, I understand it. America, that's shameful.
And Congressman, where do you put the blame first and foremost?
Well, you know, I was watching this week as the CEO of BP was talking about he wants his life back. I'm to the point where I wish the board would call him back and give us somebody that really wants to make sure that the people of this state, the people of this Gulf Coast region, have what they need when they want, and to try and fight this oil spill. It's not a spill, I'm sorry, this oil leak. If it were a spill, it'd be a finite amount of oil. This thing is going to envelop us if we don't put the berm up, if we don't do whatever we can. They're worried about environmental impact 6 months down the road, 1 year down the road. I'm worried about it 6 days from now. So, you know, what we're trying to do, what we need to do, needs to be done now.
Excuse me, sir. So you think Tony Hayward should be fired?
Well, if I perform the way this company's performed, and of course look at the stocks and what have happened to it because of this incident, usually the buck stops there.
Okay, and as you were talking about the possibility of barrier islands being built here, I talked to the governor about that yesterday as well. The argument for going slow is that it is going to take an awful long time, that there's no guarantee that BP is going to have to pay for it, and that those islands could affect the tidal flows here. How do you respond to that?
Well, George, you know, we've been trying to save the coastal wetlands and marshes now for 25 or 30 years. We've been on this march to the federal government. You've got to understand, you've got to listen. There was always, and even now that we've started getting some money flowing in, there's a question of, well, we don't know if we should do that because it might have caused an adverse impact here. If we don't do anything, if we don't make any mistakes, we won't get this thing right. But if we do absolutely nothing, we're assured we're going to get oil in these wetlands, and that's going to be the decimation of what is so near and dear to all of us.
Okay, well, Congressman, thank you very much for your time this morning. We all certainly hope that doesn't happen. Robin?